So one of the biggest benefits of online school is less distractions. You don't have announcements going off, or the teacher have to quickly run out of the classroom to go and do something. So a student can actually focus on academics to achieve academic success. That is the most important thing. And then, of course, if you had a bit of an off day today, or you didn't quite catch what the teacher was saying, you have the ability to go back to that lesson and watch the recording to consolidate the work and get that content sorted, just to make sure you're on track, you are sorted. And I think that for me is the biggest benefit. You're not relying just on the teacher. Once again, we get to that independent learning. You can take control of your education and make sure that all concepts are mastered at the end of the day. The options available in the FET phase is you've got 3 different options. So you've got the SACAI leg, which follows the CAPS curriculum. We have the IEB leg, which also follows the CAPS curriculum. And then we've got the international school who follows the Pearson Edexcel curriculum. So any student coming from grade 9 or year 9 has the option to choose any one of the 3. And then obviously you also have in the SACAI school, you have the option to choose of jy jou skoolwerk in Afrikaans wil doen, or if you would like to rather enroll in the English leg of the school. The IEB, as well as the British International School, is only offered in English. And then further down to that, you also have the option to choose which format you would like to enroll into. Would you be fully live, meaning you will go to class and live lessons every day? Then we have our flexible option, or live and recorded option, where some of your lessons are live, and then you have other lessons there where you will watch the recorded lesson. Or you can choose to be fully flexible and only focus on the recorded option, where there are no live lessons, and you will then also just watch recordings. Most important to note as well that the SACAI leg, the IEB leg, as well as the international school are all registered with their relevant examination boards. There are so many students who came into Teneo, especially in the FET phase in grade 10, who struggled and who were unsure. And to me, the success is not just academic, but also to see how they have grown into these confident, independent students who are not afraid of the system anymore. They take charge of it and they make it their own. That to me is more of a success story at the end of the day, because if that is sorted, if that is actually nurtured, they will then obviously, the academics will flow, and the marks will become better. So the results, the academic success, that is then the byproduct of that, getting that self-confidence.
If you compare it to the CAPS curriculum, it's quite similar. And so students will, as they would have had in a Department of Basic Education school, they still have to do poetry for English, home language specifically. They have to do a novel and they have to do a drama. So the essence of the curriculum stays the same. It's just a little bit of a tweak when it comes to exams, the way that questions are asked, as well as the choice of literature that the students have to offer. And especially grade 10 and 11 level, we are very focused on choosing literature that the students would really thoroughly enjoy. Grade 12 has a little bit more of a strict guideline that they have to follow. Because you write a national paper at the end of the year, you need to choose from a specific list of literature. But we also try and incorporate as much fun as we can into the lessons and into the literature.
I think part of the curriculum presentation and the way it is offered in our learning management system, it's very organized. So if a pupil is ever wanting to go and revise, the way in which it's set out, lessons are numbered, topics are, it's labeled per topic. So if they know I'm struggling with calculating simple interest, they will go straight back to that lesson. It was in term 2, lesson 8, that's the recording I need to watch. And so it's very organized, and things are at your fingertips. You don't need to go searching. If you have missed a lesson for a student, if they have missed a lesson, they will get the same lesson, but just in recorded form. So they haven't missed out at all. It's always available to them.
So we have an amazing bunch of teachers at our school, and nearly 70% of our teachers mark grade 12 scripts or grade 12 exams at the end of the year. So many of them have been identified or appointed as markers, senior markers, even the examiners or moderators of these papers. So any parent who places their child at Teneo can know without a shadow of a doubt that the staff that are teaching, the teaching staff, are of the highest quality this country has to offer.
So Teneo offers a variety of platforms in which students can communicate with us. So the main form of communication is obviously in class. So they are always welcome to ask questions. Usually as a lesson starts, we ask the students if they have any general questions, if there's anything that they are unsure of, or if they need help with assignments or due dates or whatever, and that is how we communicate with them in class. Then we also offer the learning management system, where students have their own profile and they are able to contact a teacher via inbox, which is essentially an email. And so they are always available. Teachers need to respond within 24 hours. So we really do respond to any queries that they have in that time frame. So that is also available to them. And then also in terms of parents communicating with teachers, we also have our own emails that we share with parents. We also offer parent-teacher meetings where we have one-on-one communication with them. We also reach out to parents where their students or where their child might not be achieving as we think that they should be, or achieving their full potential. Then we arrange a meeting with them, and we can sit with them one-on-one and help figure out a plan of action and solutions to just see a child really reach their full potential.
What I found really advantageous in terms of online teaching for maths, you have your, for the student, they have their computer screen right in front of them. So if I am working on screen via my tablet and explaining how the sum is done or how to draw a graph, they're seeing it right in front. They're not sitting at the back of a class, not quite focusing, possibly being distracted by something out the window. It's right there in your face, and it will be there forever. It's always recorded, always available. I think that's the best advantage.
Teneo, especially in the higher grades from grade 10 to 12, it offers students the opportunity to merge into tertiary education, because once you get to either university or college, the responsibility is completely on you to complete the work. And I think that that is what makes Teneo very successful. Also teach them to grow into a new phase where they will be entering tertiary education. Whether it is tertiary education or whether it is the professional world, I think that Teneo really does a very good job in preparing them to know you need to communicate. If there is something wrong, the responsibility is on you to reach out and to ask for a solution, or to reach out and ask for assistance. Where that is what Teneo, I think that really does make Teneo very successful, in the sense that these students really are very well equipped to go into the working world and also into tertiary education.
Some of our past students or pupils are studying abroad. Some of them are, well, most of them are in universities scattered across South Africa. So if you would ask the universities to, let's raise a hand if you were at Teneo, you'll find in each of our universities that you have Teneo students. studying ranges of degrees or careers, from the humanities right up to medicine and law and actuarial science, etc., etc. So, yeah, their future is bright.